of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) leadership to accommodate more Southerners, saying the party as presently constituted are pro-North. The governor's camp complained that the structure of the party was skewed in favor of Northerners, stressing that any proposed reconciliation between the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and Wike must address this contagious issue. Wike's loyalists stated this in a separate interview with newsmen as Atiku met with governor in Abuja. Meanwhile, presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Atiku Abubakar met with Governor of Rivers State Nyesom Wike in Abuja on Thursday. The meeting was held behind closed doors, and neither party officially confirmed it was held. The duo held their long-awaited face-to-face meeting behind closed door at the private residence of Professor Jerry Garner, a member of the party's Board of Trustees (BOT), and pledged to resolve their differences within 7 days. The PDP board on Wednesday had resolved to reconcile both parties ahead of the 2023 general elections. Wike is expected to back Atiku in the 2023 general elections, but indications have emerged that the Rivers State governor is unhappy after being passed over for the party's vice presidential ticket. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says extending the voter registration exercise will hamper its preparation for the 2023 general elections. This is according to the Akwa Ibom State Resident Electoral Commissioner Mike Igini, who spoke during an interview with newsmen. He explained that after this, the electoral umpire will also produce and distribute the permanent voters' cards (PVCs) to the new registrants. The INEC REC expressed satisfaction with the recent wave of enthusiasm by Nigerians in the electoral process, likening it to what happened in the country in the lead-up to the 1993 poll. A fresh broad daylight attack by terrorists has left 3 people dead and several others injured at Dansuani village in Batagarawa local government area of Katsina State. An eyewitness told newsmen that the terrorists, in their numbers and armed with sophisticated weapons, invaded the village on motorcycles when the faithful were preparing for Asr prayer. During the attack, according to the eyewitness, dozens of people, mostly women and children, were said to have been abducted. The eyewitness added that hundreds of residents ran for safety. Meanwhile, the State Police Command, through its spokesman, SP Gambo Isan, also confirmed the attack, stating that 1 person was killed and 2 others injured. U.S. President Joe Biden's government has declared monkeypox a public health emergency, a move that should free up new funds, assist in data gathering, and allow the deployment of additional personnel in the fight against the disease. The move came as nationwide cases topped 6,600, around a quarter of them from New York State, and experts warned swift action was needed if the outbreak is to be contained in its early stages. Observers believe the real number of cases could be much higher than official figures suggest, since symptoms in the current global outbreak, which began in May, have included subtle signs such as single lesion, in addition to the more familiar widespread rashes. A Russian court has found U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner guilty of smuggling and storing drugs and sentenced her to 9 years in prison. Judge Anna Sotnikova told a court in the town of Khimki, just outside Moscow, that the courts found the defendant guilty of smuggling and possessing a significant amount of narcotics. Saldikova sentenced Griner to 9 years in prison and said she would have to pay a fine of 1 million rupees, that is $16,590. The 6'9", 2.06 meters star was detained at the Moscow airport in February after she was found carrying vape cartridge with cannabis oil in her luggage. The arrest came just days before Moscow launched its military intervention in Ukraine. And that will be all for now. Thanks for joining us. Afternoon.